Hey guys, it's Saoirse. It's been a while, yeah. So I got back from Vermont, and that was like a long time ago now. Well, not that long. I got back like June 21st, and I had the intention of making some videos, but life has been crazy, so I just wanted to do kind of an update, let you guys know that I'm still here, and I'm still reading books, and I've got a few videos planned. But this is just going to be like a little, showing you what books I bought recently and also like what books I've read recently and I'm going to do videos on soon. So I kind of want to wait to talk about hiking because I have a video planned where I guess I'll just tell you now. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, so see how long it takes me to get to it. I want to do a video about hiking books, so in particular on trails, AWOL on the Appalachian Trail, Halfway to the Sky, the book that inspired me to hike the AT, A Walk in the Woods, and Wild. And when I do that, then I'll talk about the Appalachian Trail and the Long Trail, and if you guys have any questions that you want me to answer about long distance hiking, particularly on the AT or the LT, let me know. Find me on Instagram, send me a message, comment somewhere. Any way you want to reach me, just let me know so I can include some kind of like Q&A bit in that video if you're interested in it. Okay, so also coming up, I just read Norwegian Wood by Haruki Murakami, and I don't know if I mentioned him in the video about 100 Years of Solitude, but he does a lot of magical realism. That's like a big theme in his books. But this one was just fiction. There was no magical realism, really. It still had that like weird vibe, but we'll get into that for that video. But before that, I think because I like to stay in order of when I read them, so before that one I'll probably do this one. Stay sexy and don't get murdered. And this is Karen Kilgariff and Georgia Hard Stark. If you guys, if you watched my videos, I have already talked about this. When I read, probably a long time ago, when I read I'll Be Gone in the Dark. Because this was written by the hosts of My Favorite Murder, which is my favorite podcast. And yeah, they finally wrote a book. And I'm really happy for them. That's like a huge accomplishment for only a few years of having a podcast, and they've already become like #1 and written a book, and they're touring around the world. A real success story. So we'll talk about that next time. As for the mini fancy book haul, you'll see what I mean. Hey buddy. So recently I went to Haslam's, which is, they say, that the largest used bookstore in Florida. We'll wait for Springer. Thank you, buddy. And I saw this book and I could not pass it up, alright? So, you guys should know I'm a massive Tolkien nerd, and Lord of the Rings is basically my favorite thing. If it's not related to Lord of the Rings, I'm not interested. Well, if it's related to Charlotte Bronte, I'm interested. But yeah, I would love to do a whole video about, well, it would probably have to be like 10 videos about Lord of the Rings. But I still gotta work out like why it means so much to me, but it always has since I was, I think, like 8 years old. The first movie had come out and I watched it on DVD and I was like, what is this? I need everything about this in my life. I need to know more. And then as the movies came out, I saw them in theater, and I was so young, like I would carry the books around, but I wasn't really reading them. I read The Hobbit, I think in middle school, but I would just carry around like the actual Lord of the Rings books and just still be too intimidated to try them because they were tough, for an 8-year-old. So I finally read them all, including the Silmarillion, when I was 21. I think I was 21. So it took quite some time to like get up that courage, but I was always a massive fan of the movies. So I had this book. I've had this for a while, Tolkien, a dictionary. Watch out, bud, come on. Thank you. And this one is like illustrated, and it's really what it says it is, a dictionary. So it's got a lot of terms that you probably have never even heard before. Things like from the Silmarillion. I'm sorry, I'm just getting interested. Like they have the Grey Havens in here. Fangorn. Wow, it says Fangorn was the oldest Ent on Middle-earth. So is Fangorn Forest named after him? Yeah, named after its chief guardian Fangorn, the oldest surviving Ent upon Middle-earth. Fangorn's name meant Treebeard. And it was what? Treebeard is Fangorn? Okay. I'm learning. Mind blown. That's what I love about Tolkien. It's just like, there's so much to know. So anyway, I had that book already, and then I got this one at Haslam's, which is an atlas of Tolkien. And it was just so beautiful. Like, I could not pass it up. I can't, like, can you tell what these covers are like? They're not leather, but they're like, I don't know how to explain it. They're soft. But anyway, this one is just, oh, like, look at the art. I love how it starts out with the map, of course. I mean, it's just, it's so pretty. Ooh, look at Gollum. So this is like, it almost feels like the dictionary, but way more detailed. It's like entries about each thing. There's the dead marshes. Oh, that's cool. Let's see. The destruction of Mordor. Spoiler alert. So yeah, I really, should I like read all the way through it, or just should it be like one of those coffee table books that I just kind of flip through at my leisure? I don't know. I have this OCD thing about like I need to read it all the way through. Like right now, it's not next to me, but I'm reading the collected poems of Sylvia Plath. And I think, do most people read poetry as like they sit down and they read like one here, one there, they skip around, or does everybody just read the entire anthology in one go? I don't know if I'm coming about it the right way. I don't know. Let me know. How do you read poetry? How do you read things like an atlas? Do you just sit down and truck through it? Alright, so for the rest of the fancy haul, these are the Barnes & Noble classic, what do they call them? Whoa, what in the world? Some of my pages are stuck together. Oh, well, you can already see what I'm looking at, so whatever. I finally just bit the bullet and got this. They had this deal where over the weekend these books were only $15 instead of $25. So I was like, wow, okay, I can't pass that up. I would not feel good about passing that up. So I've been looking for an unabridged, good-looking edition of Les Mis for years. Because when I was in high school, they had us read the abridged paperback version. And I was mad the whole time. I was like, I want to read this classic book, and I want to read all of it. I resent the fact that you're making me read an abridged version. I'm insulted by it. And that means when I eventually go back and reread this, like, I didn't want to have to reread something this big, but now I do because I didn't actually read all of it. But if anybody can figure out if this edition is abridged, it does not say anywhere. It doesn't say online. I can't find anything about it, but I know how sneaky publishers can be with not putting it on there if it's abridged. And I do not want to read this whole thing and then find out that it was not actually the whole book. I mean, it says it's 908 pages, and they're like big pages in small print. I mean, it's huge. It looks like it's the full book, but you just can't be too careful. So anyway, this is a gorgeous edition. It has the gold pages. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it says VH Victor Hugo on the back. Les Mis is maybe my favorite musical. I don't know, it's hard to say because I love musicals, but like just have the book and the musical combined, it's just such a gorgeous, sweeping story. Really gets me. I don't know, I mean, I'm not an old French man ex-convict, but I feel very touched by this story. So yeah, I really want to get around to reading the unabridged version, and obviously I don't think it's going to happen this year because I'm going to college and I can't read this as one of my 4 books in a month, because this would take me a month probably, if not more. Okay, this one's funny. Remember how I did that book haul on Amazon and I wanted to get Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison, and I ended up getting The Invisible Man by, who was that? Oh, H.G. Wells. So I finally remedied that situation, and this one has Invisible Man and Juneteenth, which I don't know anything about that one. But, you know, I thought, cool, like I get 2 books for less than the price of 1 paperback. And this one also has gold pages. Oh, Caddy's knocking over the books, that's alright. So I thought it would be better to get this than than just the paperback of Invisible Man. And this is kind of a cool cover. So yeah, collectible editions. My bookshelf's gonna look so great, although I'm thinking like I can't bring these giant books to Scotland with me. Life update. I did just get my visa in the mail like a couple hours ago. So it's actually working out. I've got my place to live in Edinburgh, I've got my visa, we've got our plane tickets, my mom's gonna go over with me. And so all that's really left is like some technical things, packing, and getting my cats their like shots and pet passports, whatever they need to be allowed to come with me. Alright, so the last book that I got, and I already have, this is what I do, I collect things. I already have this book in an edition like this where it has all the books in one, and I also have all the books separately, but I thought, why not get another edition? Because I really like this one. So The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. It's one of my favorite series, and I have it right here. This is an ancient one, and the spine is coming off over there. But it's very cool. I always thought of it as like my Bible. Has this little guy. And yeah, that has all the books, so it's the exact same, like this has all the books in it, but I just love this edition because look, it says don't panic. And always remember to have your towel. Oh, this one has like, oh, that's cute. I didn't even notice that. Like a space thing, and then you see the little tiny cow and the little whale. Let's go. Oh god, there's a towel too. Look at that. Oh, this is amazing. And these pages are silver. I love clever, I can't think of words, like book binding, book covers, packaging, whatever, I don't know. I love that they made it so specific to this book, these books. So it's got 5 novels and 1 story. Oh, we've even got an introduction. We've got The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, The Restaurant at the End of the Universe, Life, the Universe, and Everything, So Long and Thanks for All the Fish, and then Young Zaphod Plays It Safe. And, oh, that's the story. And then Mostly Harmless. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Mostly Harmless is the last book. want to reread all of these. I just recently made a decision that I'm gonna allow for some rereads in this whole reading 4 books a month thing and reading 52 books this year, because I really want to reread The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Now that I've read Catcher in the Rye this year, and I just read The Stranger, like I'm reading things on that list of Charlie's, I want to read the book again, and it's so short. It'll help me when, you know, months like last month where I was hiking almost the whole month and I don't have time to read 4 books. It helps with months like that. But by the way, I didn't read as much as I thought I would on the trail. So like I came back and I had to really hustle and finish a few books. But while I was on the trail, I listened to Beautiful Ruins, the audiobook, and I think that was the only audiobook I listened to. But yeah, I think I'll get into more of that in the hiking video. So I'm not sure what's going to be next, if it'll be Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered or the hiking one. I just gotta find time to sit down and do this. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it at that for now. So if you have any questions about long distance hiking, ask me and I'll include the answers in my video about that. And wish me luck with the rest of my preparations for Scotland. Things are getting very real, and that's why I'm kind of absent lately, but I'm still here, and thank you so much for continuing to watch. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.